Hey everybody, what's up? This is Iris Lupus Life, and in honor of May being Lupus Awareness Month, I want to take today's video and go over some frequently asked questions. Okay. Um. So first, I want to say that these are real questions. Okay. Just wanted to let you know. So the first question, it might seem kind of weird, but yes, have been asked this before. Um, Quite a few lupus warriors get asked this question. So, as I've discussed before, that and I had to write all this stuff down, but not all the questions. I'm not going to get through all of them today. But one of the questions that I get, or that we've gotten, is this: you have an autoimmune disease. So, are you saying that you have AIDS? It sounds very, very weird, and it sounds a little bit unbelievable, but yes, that question has been asked. You have an autoimmune disease, so you have AIDS. Real life people, real life. And it's not kids that, younger people that ask that question. I've been asked that. Sorry, not corn. Whatever. So, yes, that question has been asked. Um, the answer to that, if you all are wondering, absolutely they are not. Okay? Now, I have an autoimmune disease. It's just that, an autoimmune disease. If you were not aware, AIDS stands for Acquired Immunodeficiency Syndrome. Acquired Immunodeficiency Syndrome. That is AIDS. I do not have AIDS. I have an autoimmune disease. Very different, okay? With a key word for that acronym being acquired, okay? Acquired meaning in this for AIDS situation, it's you can be infected by a number of ways. The most common, of course, being the exchange of bodily fluids, such as sex or somehow another mixing blood, also like sharing needles, things like that. Blood transfusions, with tainted blood, I guess you can say. But again, those are ways to acquire it. So again, AIDS stands for acquired immunodeficiency syndrome. I have an autoimmune disease, in which an autoimmune disease covers a variety of things, such as lupus, of course, Crohn's or fibromyalgia, or stuff like that, psoriatic arthritis. So understand that an immune for AIDS, for acquired immunodeficiency syndrome, that means that there's a weakness in the body that cannot fight off infections or foreign bodies or things like that. Again, there's a weakness in the body that causes the immune system to not be able to fight off any infections or other diseases, things like that. For lupus, my immune system essentially is kind of a ADHD type situation. It's just kind of like a rambunctious little kid. They just, oh, what is that in the body? That's not supposed to be there. I'm going to go ahead and attack it. Or, oh, this is bad. Let me kill it. Let me do this. Let me do. And the problem comes in is that when it attacks, it's attacking healthy tissues. It's attacking things that are supposed to be in your body. As we stated before, lupus can affect your entire body. It can cause inflammation in the joints, hence the pain and stuff like that people feel. And I just want to say, for me, I get a lot of like knee pain and stuff like that. Joints, like both knees at times, and my feet and stuff like that. They just kind of give out or whatnot, or they just feel like, no, I'm not gonna do anything today. No, we're not. We chilling. So again, a lot of the pain, skin issues that people have, they too, have a hard time, or our immune system also has a hard time fighting off infection, because our body sometimes it identifies healthy. Well, that is basically what it is. Our body identifies healthy tissues and things like that, and thinks that it's a foreign body, and it wants to attack that again, which is why we have a lot of inflammation and stuff like that. Inflammation can do a lot of different things. Yeah, our bodies, that's how our immune system works, and because it thinks that healthy tissues and things that are supposed to be there are foreign bodies, it unfortunately looks at foreign bodies or foreign things in our body or infections and stuff like that, and it thinks that it's normal, like it's supposed to be there, which is why our immune systems are vulnerable to a lot of different situations, like even like this whole coronavirus thing. People with lupus or people with autoimmune diseases are those with compromised immune systems. It doesn't necessarily mean our immune systems are weak. It just means that our immune systems are confused. They think healthy is bad. They think bad is good. So again, like with the coronavirus, it can affect us. So it can have deadly effects for a lot of people. That kind of leads into another question where people ask, can you die from lupus? It's not necessary that people die from lupus. They die from complications of lupus. Okay. Again, keep in mind that lupus can affect your entire body, including heart, lungs, and stuff like the other major organs that you have and whatnot, and heart disease and stuff like that. It can be lupus driven. So again, some people that may have have lupus and they have developed like heart issues and stuff like that, it may not necessarily that they weren't healthy in terms of taking care of their bodies. It could be driven by lupus. Lupus affects a lot of things. So is lupus itself deadly? Not really. It's more of the adverse effects of lupus, such as viruses and colds and stuff, like even a simple cold. Our bodies don't fight it off the way yours as a healthy person might fight it off. So again, not deadly, but the adverse effects of lupus can be deadly. I'm not saying that people with lupus are going to die. We're all going to die. I'm not saying that we're going to die sooner than we should have, or we should, or whatever the case may be. I'm just saying that, we have to be careful. We have to take extra precautions and, stuff like that to help our bodies see if they can get itself together. It's an uphill battle. Okay? It's an uphill battle. So, again, so those are a couple of questions. Again, I had to write all this stuff down since, we do get quite a few questions, and, I'm not going to cover all these today. Another one is alopecia. Yeah, I had this question. I've talked about alopecia before, and it kind of goes to, the different ways that autoimmune disease, whether it's lupus, affects people, like their skin, whatever. But alopecia. So a lot of people hear alopecia and they automatically assume, oh, well, you'll be fine. Your hair will grow back. Okay. So while lupus does cause alopecia, and for a lot of people with alopecia, their hair may fall out at different times when they're having a flare, which flares can come at any time. Somebody with lupus, they may have a flare today and may not have that flare again until next year, or they might end up with a different flare or something like that. But basically, alopecia is one of those things that happens. Now, typically the hair does grow back, but can you imagine getting, alopecia and all of a sudden you have this thick, beautiful hair and all of a sudden it falls out? Or, it doesn't happen that often, but males do get lupus as well. And can you imagine, you being a man and you have this full hair and then all of a sudden it comes out in patches or something like that. It's really not a good feeling to know that you had hair yesterday and all of a sudden you don't have hair. And yes, hair can grow back. It doesn't grow back overnight. Definitely does not grow back as quickly as it fell out. Okay, you still have to deal with stuff like that. For me, I've discussed that I have scarring alopecia, and with the scarring alopecia, my hair is not going to grow back. So while in certain spots, my hair may grow back, because there have been times where I had hair and then all of a sudden, literally, I go to my hair done the next week and it's not there in certain spots or whatever. But yeah, so while a lot of people with lupus, hair grows back, a lot of people with alopecia, their hair goes back in general. Some of us have scarring alopecia, which mine is not going to grow back. Not saying my scarring alopecia is related to the lupus, but I still have alopecia in other areas and whatnot. So with that being said, last time I did a video, I had some crochet braids, and I decided to take those out, do a little something different to my hair or whatever. But again, though, with my hair, I told y'all before how, I had these issues, with it and everything. And I was told that I should name my hair. Okay. So name it, and maybe we can develop a good relationship and it can grow back. Now, me personally, with this scarring alopecia, I've had this for years, and those spots that hair is not going back. I am afraid that our relationship is just too far gone. With the relationship with my hair, I feel like, I don't even know if marriage boot camp can save this. But I was told that I should name my hair. Maybe we can restore our relationship. I'm willing to try basically anything, okay? So I thought about it, and I decided to name my hair Viola. So the story behind Viola is this. Viola Davis is who I kind of thought about. I had watched an interview with her before, and she was saying how she dealt with a lot when she was younger. She had a lot of trials and tribulations that she had to overcome. And, she was she was struggling with that. So with me, I've always had issues, with her not growing as long as I wanted it to, or something like that. Like when I was a baby, I was bald headed kid, okay? I probably didn't get any real hair that can do anything with until I was only like 2. And even then it wasn't much. But I had struggles with my hair, trials and tribulations. And then, she got to a point where, she decided, we're going to do better. We're going to take over. We're going to get this right. So, and my hair got itself together. So it started to grow, it's healthy, it was nice length and that whole nine. But like her, she was like, yeah, I'm getting myself together. And she, you get on a good path. And then all of a sudden, you have roadblocks. Roadblocks such as your hair falls out in our situation. But like with her, Viola Davis got herself together, became, wanted to be an actress, and she got a late start in life. And in the interview, she had mentioned that, even still, once she got there, she had issues, a lot of people felt like, oh, she's not cute enough, or whatever the case may be. And, she had a hard time being cast for roles, basically. So for me, even though my hair grew, my hair turned around and started to fall out. And I wanted to name my hair also Viola, because Viola Davis, is a very strong woman. There's a lot of poise and a lot of grace about herself. She's very versatile, things like that. So I want my hair to be strong. I want my hair to get it together. I want my hair to be versatile. I want to pull off all these different hairstyles using my own hair, and it's not always feasible. But that's why I named my hair Viola. Okay, so I've been talking to her. We're going to, go to counseling, see if we can work it out. We need to restore this relationship. So apparently, I guess maybe she wasn't feeling the love. So maybe that's why she wanted to run away from my scalp. I don't know. But whatever the case may be, I'm gonna try to restore this relationship. I'm gonna work on it. I believe that, there's work in every situation. So I'm gonna work on my hair. We're gonna talk, we're gonna have open lines of communication. We're going to do all of these things that we need to do to get it together. Now, again, I'm not saying it's gonna work, but I'm going to make every effort, and I got confidence in you, baby. It's Viola. I have confidence in you that we at least gonna get some of it together. Things not gonna be perfect, but we're going to work on it. So again, those people who have questions of alopecia, won't your hair grow back? Those type of questions. Some people, yes. Some people, no. Some people, it depends on what spot you will be talking about. So that is that question regarding alopecia. What else? Again, I had all these questions written down. I can't remember what is on your skin. Can you cover that up? In reference to the rashes, again, some people get butterfly rashes, some people get this, some people get that. It depends. Rashes on your skin affect people differently. Again, lupus can affect the skin most definitely. But for me, yes, I can cover it up most of the time, depending on where it is. Now, my rashes do not come about on my face. They come about different parts of my body, and a lot of times it's places that it's hard to reach, like the back of your arm, or, where you use a shirt or something like that, on my hips or whatever, where your pants sit and it irritates it, or, in the middle of your back or something like that. So, for me, yes, I can cover them up. Either way, yes, I'm going to scratch. I'm going to try anyway because they are in difficult places to get. But no, I cannot get rid of mine. Yes, I can cover it up. People with butterfly rashes, no, they cannot. People with rashes in other parts of their face, no, they cannot just cover it up. That's not the way it works. We just have to deal with it. We got to deal with it physically, then you got to deal with it by looking at it if you're going to be around. It's a personal issue. I'm sorry, but it is what it is. So, again, can we cover it up? Some yes, some no. Let's see. So, some people, whenever they ask questions, I feel like they need to think about the way they word things, okay? Sometimes it's not always how you say or what you ask, it's how you say it or how you ask it. So, one question is, why don't you just do this? Or why don't you just do that? That question irritates people quite often, more often than you think. We have tried numerous things to ease symptoms of flares and things like that. Lupus is not something that you get rid of. It's there, it's going to stay. Okay? So, what works for one may not work for all. And when this irritates me because a lot of people ask questions, or some people ask questions like that, and they feel very confident in their question. And when I say they feel confident in the question, a lot of people suppose that a lot of them who do not deal with autoimmune diseases, they come to you as if they have an internet PhD or doctorate or something like that, or they went to nursing school, through the internet. I don't know. But whatever the case, they come across as kind of a condescending tone. And why don't you just do this? They feel like because they can do one thing, that somebody else may be able to do the other. If you maybe rephrase your question into something like, oh, I know they said there are a lot of different things, what's worked for you? Or, have you thought about this method? Or, how do you think that would end up affecting you? Something like that. I get asking that question. But when you ask questions, why don't you just do this, or why don't you just do that? You got to be a little more sympathetic to our situation. Again, what may work for one may not necessarily work for all. If I'm tired, a nap might work for you, a nap does not work for me. So just think about it, and hey, this is my husband. So it has a lot of jobs, y'all. So businesses will not handle that. But anyway, so again, a lot of times you should really just think about rephrasing the question instead of why don't you just do this? It's not that easy. Again, what may work for one may work for all. Taking in a leave for joint pain, might work for you. It may not necessarily work for me or anybody else. With lupus, pain does not just go away that easy. Pain pops up out of nowhere. It's random. It may not last for a really long time, but what, babe? Oh, okay. Anyway, so just keep that in mind. Think about rephrasing your question when you ask them. Again, and why don't you just do this, kind of ties into a lot of people are asking me, oh, you're still tired? Now, I told y'all that chronic fatigue or whatever is real. Don't ask somebody, are you still tired? Again, a lot of it depends on how you ask these questions. Yes, I am tired. Yes, I would like to not be tired. But if you see me, my eyes are heavy and I just look really blah and kind of lethargic or whatever, just kind of laying there or something like that, or just kind of sitting there in a daze, or, if I'm out somewhere and I say, hold on, let me sit down for a second. Yes, I am still tired. Don't ask me that. Don't ask somebody else that, okay? It's a very hard question to answer sometimes because, you imagine a throat punch sometimes. Or sometimes, depending on the situation, yes, I am still tired. I might not look tired because I have to try to push through and get stuff done for whatever reason. But more likely, more often than not, yes, we're still tired. But at the same time, depending on the situation, we have to act like we're not. So sometimes you should rephrase things, or occasionally ask somebody that you know with lupus, if you're out or whatever, are you alright? That would be good. That would be sufficient. But just putting somebody on Front Street or just asking them all the time, you're still tired? You're still tired? You're still tired? It's we get tired of hearing stuff like that at times. Again, this may not necessarily be the case for all people, but for me, a lot of times I am still tired a lot, but most time I try to push things through or push through things and, act like I'm not tired. But more often than not, yes, I'm tired. So I'm going to stop the questions of the video right at this point because again, I have a lot of frequently asked questions that I want to get through, but this video would be super long if I took that time to do that. So again, yes, May is Lupus Awareness Month. Just keep that in mind, and until next time, I'll see y'all later. Don't forget to, if you haven't subscribed to my channel, hit the little bell notification so you can get alerts whenever I do our posting videos. So I will see you all later.